1 p.m. All the children except Milad went to their homes. On the way, Meriem turned to نیهان and said, "Did you like the party?" "Yes, it was a good party. But it seemed like you weren't very comfortable." "Well, it was hard for me at first. I've never been in such a free atmosphere with girls and boys. Of course, sometimes I attended the parties held at Behnaz's house. But I never felt happy, because my sister was more like a servant than a lady." "Really, Meriem? Can I ask a direct and private question?" Meriem looked at her for a while. She seemed to regret it. However, in order to make her talk, she said, "Ask. Have you ever been together? Alone? I mean, I understand. No, we weren't." "Is that possible?" "It's hard to believe, but it's not impossible. There are many ways to control it. First, never provoke the other person or even yourself. Then, there are many things like drinking alcohol, vinegar, and medicines that are available in the market. They prevent this feeling from becoming clear, and it definitely shouldn't be a boy." "You mean?" "I can't believe it. I'm not. Milad has many girlfriends and has been with many girls. When we became friends, he said everything without shame or hiding anything. Asham and Arusha, although they are siblings, are comfortable and free. But they don't flirt with just anyone. They often flirt in bad company. Even though Nawab considers himself an intellectual, you can see the religious streak in his words and behavior because of his family. Pasha is also comfortable with girls, but he flirts with anyone according to his wishes and desires. This is how we are together. By the way, Milad will get married soon. A girl named Nafs. They really love each other and know each other well. Milad promised that if they get together, he would leave many of his past friends, of course, except for us, and to prove it, he told the truth. He left some of them. Although, like in a Hindi movie, he was in tears. "I hope you got your answer." "Thank you. Sorry for asking and being nosy. But it was interesting to me." "Please, but not everyone is like us. Their relationship is like that of wolves. A boy and his daughter are no different. Especially for girls, the risk is too high, especially with the culture and society we have. A girl becomes dishonorable. Her work is done. She leaves everywhere and becomes a finger, and to protect her honor, she does things that are worse than the first, and sometimes even commits suicide." They entered the house in silence. Meriem said good night and went to her room. نیهان sat on the bed in the room and looked at herself in the mirror. Maybe running away and committing suicide and getting to know these girls and boys who didn't act according to the customs and culture of the society. It wasn't a coincidence. A new world that he couldn't reach even by marrying Serena? He put on the comfortable shirt and pants that Meriem had left in his room. He untied his hair and threw them over his shoulder. Then he lay down on the bed to spend another night away from his family and Serena until morning. The next morning when Helena and Donya entered the company, Popak was reading the newspaper with enthusiasm and surprise. They greeted him. He raised his head and this time answered them in a more friendly tone. Helena asked, "Did you write any new news?" "Everything is like before." "Hey, this has become expensive. This has become rare." They took this, but what surprised me is that they published the photo of Mr. Irfani's cousin as a missing person in the newspaper. Your cousin was supposed to have the accounting position before you. But now she's missing and they gave her a good deal. Donya said in surprise. What's her name? How much did they give her? Should she be paid well? Popak looked at them and said, نیهان Irfani. Helena and Donya said together, no. Popak looked at them questioningly and said, did something happen? Do you know her? Helena said, No. How should we know her? Why did she do this? This company and the situation. To be the cousin of the company's president. Popak said, Yes, I'm surprised too. The phone rang. Popak picked up the phone and just listened. After hanging up, she arranged her phone and the newspaper and turned to them. Go. The president is calling. Helena said, Thank you. They both ran to their rooms.